Welcome back everyone to another full trade recap. In today's trade, I caught a one-to-one risk to reward super A+ setup, and I break this down from my pre-market analysis all the way to how I managed to catch this trade and obviously be flexible with my bias along the way. So like I said, it was a 1 hour on this trade. Wasn't a full 1 hour as I did scale due to me not having full confidence in this unfilled 15-minute, simply due to it being a no news Monday. So for a no news Monday, today's price action, in my opinion, was quite good. So I'm going to break this down from market open. Obviously, I'm on the move, so any questions, drop me a message. Hopefully the quality is all okay here. I'm not currently at home or for this trading week. So yeah, let's go back to market open. So off of market open, I was more than happy to take this potential Judas swing. As you can see, we swept sell side liquidity here and then had a nice swing back up with obviously this trend line liquidity resting above and also the unfilled 4-hour fair value gap above as well. However, we simply just did not get an entry here. There was a 15-second inverse, and that's the highest time frame inverse, and I do not trade the 15 seconds. So if we had a 30-second here, I may have took it. So why was I bullish here? Well, we had an unfilled 4-hour fair value gap resting above right here, as you can see. And then on the hourly time frame, you can clearly see we've swept this intermediate term low on the hourly time frame and reacted extremely bullishly. But on the other hand, you can see right here, price has tapped the 50% of this leg and started to come lower. So my condition for today's session was this hourly gap. If we inverse this hourly gap, I'd expect to see prices come back to this low. And if we held the hourly gap, I'd expect prices to come up to the 4-hour gap. And at the time of this 15-second inversion, we were holding this hourly fair value gap. However, I knew that it would be an extremely bearish sign if we were to continue and then we were to hit this low. This would be a very bearish sign. So this is the reason why I faded this original 1 minute. If you see right here, the first thing I will say is I think this 30-second in here was a really, really bad trade and 100% an avoidable loss. The reason being is that, as you can see, we swept sell side liquidity. Price has just dumped, and you're taking the first inverse after price has just dumped an extreme amount of points. How many points to be exact here? We had just dumped, 200 points here off of open, and you're trying to long the first inverse on the 30-second time frame. Not to mention it was also very choppy. So this following 1 minute, again, we chopped a lot and then we finally inversed it with a strong momentum candle. This was not a terrible trade, right? I called this out, mechanically speaking, A+. We had low resistance liquidity above, but this was a low probability winning trade, but a high probability break even trade, which is why I faded the setup. As you can see, the target was very high up. We had a very, very long close, so we're very, very far away from our entry compared to what we wanted. So I simply faded this setup. In hindsight, this ended up playing out nicely to take profit, but I was accepting the fact that I was happy to take continuation longs if we inversed this 15-minute fair value gap. You guys see I'm just using constant conditions here. So if we inverse this 15-minute fair value gap, I'll then be open to longs. And if you look right here, you can see that we've closed to the 15-minute fair value gap. So now what am I looking to mark out here? Areas that we can get a continuation long from. So we have these combined 3-minute fair value gaps right here. And we also have trendline liquidity above, which still makes sense to hit. So if we play a price forward here, you can see that we come down into these 3-minute gaps. We then actually get an entry model out of this originally. So this 2-minute entry, you could have took this. This did not fail because it did not hit the low. So now this low, we're assuming this low or rejection wick here on the 3-minute time frame, because it's delivered us out of those fair value gaps, is high resistant. So we do not want to see this low hit. And as you can see, if we play the 3-minute time frame through here, we actually come back into this rejection wick and then react quite bullishly. And what did we get out of here? If we actually play this candle close, we got a 2-minute V-shape inversion. So very quick inversion, no chopping around like there was on the 1 minute lower down. And then we closed above, giving us that inverse fair value gap. You can have a stop loss at this low, which is already delivered from the rejection block, as we should not go back lower and re-tap this again. And then you could target, obviously, this high inside of the trend line for a 1-to-1, or you could target the unfilled 15-minute, which was a little bit of a higher target. Now, I made a mistake on this trade, and I'm always open and honest about this. So the way I execute here is I entered on this 2-minute candle close. I then moved my stop loss to break even when we came up with this strong momentum and hit this high. I then only scaled half of my position at this target right here. I should have definitely scaled all of my position at this target because it is an obvious swing high on the higher time frame. As you can see here, 15-minute swing high on the higher time frame at over a 1-to-1. So especially so on a no news Monday, should you be doing this. Of course, 9 out of 10 times this will continue and hit the unfilled 15-minute fair value gap, but it is 8 points difference as opposed to missing out on 65 points. So as you can see right here, we do end up reversing here, which again, even still to me made no sense. But the moral of this trade is always secure your profits when price is in an area for you to secure them. We've hit a swing high. It's over a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So it's definitely worth taking profit when the market allows you to, basically. So obviously I did not take full take profit here, but obviously still a winning day for me. Unfortunately, didn't scale at all, which I definitely should have done. As always, I'll journal, review mistakes. You can always improve your edge, guys. Even when you think you're profitable, you can still improve your edge. You can still work on improving things. This, for example, this trade could have definitely been bigger for me. Any questions, guys, drop me a message on Discord. It's one of the top links in the description of this video. And make sure to drop a comment and I'll try to get back to you guys. But if you want to trade live with me, today was a completely free live stream inside my Discord. If you want to trade live with me, check out the top link in the description and also join my Discord for the free streams as well. And like I said, guys, any questions, drop me a message. Make sure to subscribe for more educational content and I'll see all of you guys in the next YouTube video.